Muting all. Continue. You can still hear me though. Okay. Great. And let's get started. Okay. So let's begin. Let's see. Core, I just want to get this right. Core, hips, and half frog. Great. So let's start in child pose. So feet together and knees out wide, and just stretch yourself out on the mat and welcome yourself to practice today. So another thing I did this weekend was clean my house deeply. So I'm thinking of this practice as a beautiful clearing of your house, a cleaning of your house, a dusting things off, the chance to get rid of things that you don't need right now, the opportunity to create some more space, open the windows and air the place out. So as you're arriving in this child pose, imagine you are opening the windows of your body, opening the spaces that can sometimes get constricted for all kinds of reasons, physical and emotional, mental, spiritual. This is the chance to air it out and dust it off and release the parts that you don't need right now. As you reach your arms out long and spread your palms, draw your shoulder blades down your back and allow your hips to press a little further back towards your heels. And let your spine just get a little more spacious. And that is lengthwise and widthwise and depthwise. Just breathe it in and out. See if you can find a slightly deeper, fuller breath as we stay here for just a couple more rounds of breath. And notice the places that you're able to create space easily and just work from there. Give a little wag to your tail side to side. Continue to spread your arms long and let your shoulders roll a little side to side. And then let your head roll also side to side, from one side of the forehead to the other. And let's walk the hands over to the left side and reach out long. Left hand can come on top of right. Right shoulder blade draws down the back. And just attend to the right side of your body from right pinky finger all the way back through the rib cage and the waistline and the outer hip. And just breathe a big long line of clearing, cleansing, dusting off energy into that right side body. Maybe walk a little further over to the left if you like, or you could back off, taking one more big breath in. And on your exhale, squeeze your belly in strong. Just draw the belly in on the exhale and get that core engaged a little bit as we arrive into our bodies. And let's walk on over to the other side. So sweep your arms over to the right. The right hand can come on top of the left for a little anchor point. And the left shoulder blade draws down the back. Opening up the side body. Space between the ribs. Space between ribs and hips. Create a long line of clearing, cleansing energy from left pinky finger down through outer left hip. And just breathe into it, a couple breaths. Thanking yourself for coming to practice today. As you come back to center, find your way on all fours and just pause for a moment. Draw your belly in and like a pointer dog, lengthen your tailbone back and your crown of head forward and have the belly centered in the middle and just find your energy there in the center of your body. And imagine you had a big hollow circle around, tracing around the bottoms of your ribs and the tops of your hips. Imagine that. You could even take your hand to that area that is your viscera, the torso in the middle, and just rub your belly. Just circle it out, and you're drawing it in and finding that fiery center. And from this place of length, the pointer dog length, and the connection to the core, just take a moment to form an intention for your practice, something that may serve you today, that may give you some support or some space. Coming back to yourself. Let's go ahead and reach the right leg out and come on the ball of the right foot and spread those 5 toes on the right foot and reach back through the right heel, opening up the Achilles tendon and calf. Still concentrating into that center body, that core. And you might take a little bounce here, just letting your body bounce. If the stillness feels better for you, stay with the stretch on stillness, opening up the back of the leg. The bounce, if you're taking it, moves all the way through your body. So let your head go a little easy. And let's go ahead and launch that right leg up into space and reach the left arm forward. And again, core connection, grab in the center and just focus your attention there as you're reaching out through your limbs. Circle out your wrist and ankle. And take a big breath into this full length. Reach, reach, reach. Big breath in. And exhale, round in. Elbow draws into chest, but right knee goes to right elbow, tricep, shoulder area. You may not reach it. Inhale, reach out. And exhale, elbow draws in and knee comes toward the right tricep. Right knee towards right tricep. We'll take that a few times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze in round. Connection to the core. 2 more, reach it. And round it in. Exhale. Last one, reach it. This time center to center, elbow to knee. Come into center line and pause there. Squeeze the belly in, lift the knee, lift the elbow, drop the chin to the chest, round the back for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more breath. Reach it out again, big breath in. Come back to all 4s and just move it around. Just find neutral again into your body. Integrating that move. Move your head and your shoulders and your hips. Maybe little spirals or circles. And then come back to the neutral position. And again, reconnect to that center. Take your hand to your belly again and just give your belly a little rub. A little circular rub so that you say, hello, I'm focused here on you, I'm connected here with you. And find that pointer dog length through the spine, tailbone reaching back, crown of head lengthening forward, belly is connected. And then lengthen your left foot out, your left leg out. Come onto the ball of the left foot, spread back through the left heel, and just reach out, open the sole of the foot, the back of the leg. You may stay in stillness or you may find your bounce. You choose. Let your breath be full and let the concentration on the core be present as we really find our warm up here through that lens. Breathing deep. Maybe there's a bounce here. Maybe you're just stretching still. Go ahead and float your left leg up into space. And reach your right arm forward and let your abs grab. Let your abs buoy you and lift you. Reach out through the arm and leg and circle out wrist and ankle. And take a big breath here. Inhale. Reach, reach, reach longer beyond yourself. And exhale, right elbow comes in toward midline. Left knee comes toward left tricep, shoulder. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, elbow first, then knee. So you're opening that inner groin with this. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow in, knee in, off to the left. Couple more. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, round it in. 3 more, reach it. Exhale, round it. 2 more, reach it. And round it. Last one, reach it. This time midline, elbow towards knee and round in and drop the chin to the chest and lift that knee and elbow up toward the sky and pause for 3 breaths. Feel your strength, feel your concentration and focus. 1 more breath. Reach it out. Come back to all fours and just move it around in your own way, finding your way back again to child pose. And this time, interlace your fingers out in front of you and reach your arms long and drop your forehead to or toward the floor. And just breathe into the length. And 2 more breaths. At the end of your second breath, come forward onto your forearms and reach both legs back and come into a forearm plank. So you're on the balls of the feet, the heels are drawing back, you're on your forearms, and you're focused again on that core, on that belly. Just breathing into it for 2 more breaths. Lifting up through your center, lengthening out through your limbs. 1 more breath. Walk your feet forward so you're coming into a forearm dog. And just take a couple breaths here. And you might bend one knee and then the other. You might bend both knees a lot. Lifting your sitting bones high, strong on your forearms. Walk your legs back to straight. Come again, forearm plank. Crown of head lengthening forward. Shoulders coming a little further forward. Breath in. Exhale, walk your feet in, forearm dog. Hips are high. You're on your tippy toes and your knees bend and you lift up through the low back and hips. And then exhale, walk it back, legs go back. Strong for the shoulders. Walk the legs on back. 1 more time, walking legs forward now. Forearm dog. And then hand to hand, come into a full downward facing dog. And just walk it out and bend one knee and then the other. And walk your feet together and come forward into a plank pose. Hips drop a little bit, shoulders draw back as the crown of head and chest reach forward, heels draw back, feet are together. Exhale, press back down dog. Inhale forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. 1 more forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg high to the sky now. Circle out that right ankle. Just loosening up the joints. Bend the knee and roll your hip open. Press your right foot toward your left shoulder. Open up that inner right thigh. And then take a nice circle with the right kneecap. Could be a tiny circle, could be a big one. What are you painting in your life these days? What are you drawing? What are you calling in and letting go of? Circle in both directions. Reach your right leg super high to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, round in, squeeze in knee to nose, pausing there for 3 breaths, rounding the back, dropping the chin to the chest, lifting the knee up toward the ceiling. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Let's step forward, right foot steps to the front, and you're on the ball of the back foot. Just pause for a moment there. And then reach your arms back and interlace the hands and hover above your front thigh. Reaching through the back heel, drawing forward through the crown of the head. Shoulders reach away from ears. Squeeze the belly in on each exhale. Reach the arms a little higher, away from the body. 1 more breath. And go ahead, hands come down, left knee comes down, right toes walk out to the right. So you're angling your toes out to the right, and then sink your hips down deep and check for gum under the sole of the right foot. Probably shouldn't be any there, but just check it out. We're opening up that inner groin. We're also opening up the front of the left thigh. Lift your chest as best you can. Right hand might come to outer right, inner right thigh, and Just pressing away, turning gently toward the right with your heart, with your belly, with your ribs for 3, 2, inner thigh opening, chest lifting, 1 more breath. Let's go ahead and gently release, toe heel the toes back to face front, and straighten both legs and bow into your pyramid pose. Head drops, hips draw back. If you have blocks and want to use them, hands might be on blocks, may not also. You could also challenge your core and your balance a little bit by reaching your arms back into an airplane pose. That might feel really interesting. Balance, core, shoulder opening. In any case, the head drops down, the hips draw back. If you like, lift the 5 toes of the right foot and flex that right foot, adding to a big stretch for the sole of the foot, for the back of the leg, bowing the head down, surrender. Engage through the legs as you're surrendering the heart and the head. Breathing deeper. 1 more breath, big breath in. Go ahead and give it a big sigh out. Let's step back strong to that high plank and pause there. And lift your right leg up an inch and pause, 3-legged plank. Right foot comes down, left foot lifts a couple inches, 3-legged plank, second side. 1 more breath. Let's lower down, knees down, chest down, and chin down to the floor. Little wiggle worm to the body. Give your tail a little wag in the sky. And then drop your thighs to the earth and lift up into a low cobra. Little back bend. So your version could be higher, could be quite low. Elbows suck in close to the ribs, heart lifts. Maybe the gaze lift. Legs are long and strong back behind you. Big breath in here. Find the fullness of this moment. Exhale, come on down. Interlace your fingers. Press your way up to a forearm plank. And then walk your way into a forearm dog. And just stay on your tippy toes and bend your knees a lot. Press your chest and belly back towards your thighs. And then hand to hand, walk your way back into a downward facing dog. Feet come together. Inhale, forward high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Couple rounds like that. Inhale, forward, engaging the core. Exhale, core leads the way back, downward facing. 1 more. Inhale, forward. Exhale, pull it back. Launching your left leg high to the sky, circle out that left ankle. And circle it in both directions. And lift higher, higher, higher. Left hip stacks over right. Bend the knee, roll your hip open. Left foot presses toward right shoulder. You're strong and stable on your arms and your standing left leg. And then take a nice circle out with that left knee. And it might be really small, might be nice and big. You choose, you feel how best to clear out your cobwebs. And then go ahead and lift that left leg high to the sky, big breath in. Exhale, round in knee to nose, rounding the back, tucking the chin, lifting the knee high. 1 more breath. Step it on forward and reach your arms back. Interlace the hands, switch the clasp behind you. So the fingers are interlaced differently. And just hover your chest and torso above the left thigh, reaching back through the right heel, reaching your shoulders away from your ears, drawing the belly in strong and lengthening crown of head forward for 3, 2, arms rise a little higher, hips sink a little deeper, and go ahead, right knee comes down, left toes point out to the left, and sink into this. So walk your hips forward and check for gum under the sole of the left foot. And left hand comes to inner left thigh and open up here. Spin your body, spin your heart, spin your eyes toward the left. Lengthen out through that back leg. Breathe and enjoy. really refreshing all these areas that need it. Hips getting some nice clearing, cleansing. One more breath, feel the fullness of the moment. Let's release, turn the toes back to front on the left side and straighten back into your pyramid pose. Pull your hips back, bow your head heavy. If you like to use your blocks, please do. Lengthen out your spine. If you like, lift the 5 toes of that left foot and bow your head on deep. Really bow and let go and release. Shake out your head a little bit. Nod it yes. Maybe notice what you're saying yes to these days. And shake it out no. Notice what you're saying no to these days. Lots of shifts and changes. We're kind of on the cusp of things changing even more, returning back to a semblance of normal. What does that mean? What is that for you? What does that feel like in your body? Big breath in, open sigh out. Let's step the right foot forward to meet the left. Lift and lengthen, flat back, hips draw back, hands to hips, crown of head reaches forward. Press through the feet. Let's rise to standing. Reach your arms out wide, pausing, turning your pinkies up, dropping your thumbs down, lifting your chest, lifting your heart. Stamping down through the feet, especially noticing the 4 corners, the inner and outer heel, the inner and outer ball of foot. Open those palms. What might you receive in those empty palms today, this week, this month? And reach your arms up high. Palms might touch. Walk your fingertips along the ceiling. Heels are heavy. Thighs are lifted, belly lengthening, lifting up, heart walking along the sky. Lots of open possibilities here. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart, bend the knees, fold, bow forward, let it go. Inhale, lift and lengthen to flat back. Hands could be on shins or blocks or floor, and spine is super long. Draw that belly in for strength. Just pause with that belly, lifting it even higher. And then step it back, high plank. We're gonna take a side plank, so come down onto the right forearm and spin, turning to the left, launching the left arm high to the sky. And just pausing and breathing. Reach your left arm over your ear, engaging that center, engaging that core. 2 more breaths. Squeeze the belly in on exhale. Let's come back to center, high plank, pause. Off to the second side, come down on your left forearm, spin over to the right. Right arm rises to the sky. Hips are rising, body is lengthening. Breath is full. Right arm comes over ear, 2 more breaths. Shoulders drop away from ear. Feet are flexed. 1 more breath, feel the fullness of the moment. Come on back to forearms, forearm dog. Hand to hand, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga, just hover. Inhale, your version of a cobra, up dog, lift the heart. Open the chest, open the eyes. What are you looking at? Exhale, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, roll your hip open. And exhale, round in, knee towards nose. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, tricep, shoulder. Launch your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, reach high. Twist it out, right knee across, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, right foot steps. Warrior 2. Come right into the warrior 2. So you're facing the side of your mat. Right knee is over right ankle. Back leg is strong and arms extend. Give your shoulders a little dance, a little shimmy. And then turn your palms open. Just give a circle for those wrists. And reverse your warrior. Right fingers reach to the sky and walk overhead. If you like, back arm wraps around for a half bind. Straighten out your right leg
and bend again, and straighten, and bend. One more time, straightening right leg, draw the belly in, especially on that exhale, side angle lunge. Right elbow could come to thigh, or shin, or block, or floor. And open the heart, spin your heart to the sky. Right knee moving open toward pinky toe. Enjoy this, turning, spinning, evolving. Hips opening. Left arm eventually reaches over the ear for a big long line. Left fingertips to back heel, 3, 2, 1 more breath. Hands come back down, step back strong, high plank. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale your version of an up dog. Exhale, pull it on back, downward facing dog, breath in. And take a nice sigh out. Nod your head, yes. Shake it out, no. Left leg launches to the sky. Bend the knee and roll your hip open. And exhale, round in, knee to nose. Inhale, reach high. Left knee to left, elbow, tricep, shoulder. Open up that inner groin. Inhale, reach it on up. Exhale, left knee crosses over toward the right tricep. Inhale, reach high. And let's open to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Swing it on up. Take a moment to find your stance. Reach your arms out and give them a little dance, a little shimmy. Shaking up the shoulders, loosening the spine, the shoulders, the head, the neck. Spin your palms open, circling out the wrists a little bit. Inhale, reverse your warrior. If it's possible, walk your right arm around the back toward the front of the left thigh, sinking into that lunge. Straightening out the left leg a couple times. Exhale, bending. Walking the left fingertips along the ceiling. Inhale, straighten. Opening the left side body. Exhale, bend. One more time, straightening. Inhale, exhale, bend. This time, elbow comes to thigh, or you can bring hand down to shin, block, or floor. Spin your heart open. Press your left knee open towards your pinky toe. Spread through the back leg. And just turn through the midline of your body. Exhale, squeezing in the belly all the while. Right arm reaching over the ear. Spread through the whole right side body for 3, 2, 1 more breath. Let's release, step it back strong, high plank. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale your version, up dog, legs strong, heart open. Exhale, down dog, pull it on back. Take a breath in. Bend the knees, look forward. We're gonna jump to seated and come into a boat pose. So you're on your butt. Your hands might support your bent knees. So you can have your knees bent, your shins parallel to the floor. The chest is high. You can stay right here. This might be enough. And or reach your arms out long. Breathe into it. And or lengthen your legs high to the sky, straightening out. So you choose any of those variations, connecting into the core. You can also have your legs straight and your hands supporting your legs. Chest is lifting high as best you can. One more breath like this, and then we're going to meet with the knees bent. Take the hands to the heart, and we're going to twist it out. So left elbow comes toward the right, and right elbow comes to the left. And we're going to take that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. Hands to legs, cross the ankles, hands plant to the floor. Take a little lift of the hips, like you're hopping into a handstand with the legs crossed. Just 2 times, lift in. Knees come up toward your chest, 1 more. And then see if you can step or jump it back, high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog, legs strong. Exhale, down dog, press it on back. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, roll your hip open. Exhale, we'll step forward, right foot steps. Come on down onto the left knee and sink your hips down deep. Reach your left arm high to the sky. Create a long line from left fingertips through left knee, and we'll spin left elbow across right thigh. Hands come to namaste at heart and spin, spin, spin. This is a deep spin with the knee down particularly. So really draw your belly in, lift your heart high. If you like, curl your back toes under and lift the back knee off the floor. Spinning for 3. Big breaths, 2. 1 more breath. Let's swing wide, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior, straightening your right leg. Hinge your way, triangle pose. Hips go back. Right side body stays long. Right hand comes down to shin, block, or floor. And left arm floats high to the sky. Again, turning your heart up to the sun. Turning your ribs. Turning your belly, squeezing the belly in on exhale. Get stronger and longer through your legs. See how you can open the pose up even more for you. For 3, 2, last breath. Rise it on up. Turn your toes in. Hands come to hips. Get a little circle out for those hips. Hands come behind the back. Elbows in close. Thighs lifting, belly lifting, chest lifting, chin lifting, eyes looking. And then hinge forward. Hips go back. Hands come down to the floor. Head eventually drops down to or toward the floor. And you find just the right geometry for your body. So legs are wide. If your head comes to the floor easily, walk your feet in closer. If your head is way, way, way off the floor, you could place a block under it. You could walk your legs wider. Spread into the legs. Breathe into the river of the spine. Where can you clean house? Where can you let go? What can you dust off and shine and polish and really tend to and care for? This is your time. 1 more breath. Rise up to halfway. Turn your toes out and your heels in. And then walk your weight over to the right side, bending your right knee, flexing your left foot. Hands come to the heart, and just pause here. Right elbow opens that right knee out toward pinky toe. Left foot is flexed, heart is high. Pausing for a breath or 2. And let's walk it on over to the other side. Hands could take you there, or you could go without hands. Hands come to the heart again. Lift your chest. Flex your right foot. Open your left knee toward pinky toe. Breathe into the shape and what this shape offers you. And let's move it from side to side in your own pacing. So you could go fast, you could go slow. You might be pretty low or you might be pretty high. Check in with your extended leg. Be sure you're not over stretching it. Give yourself ease and safety in your body while you're moving side to side. Use your hands, don't use your hands, whatever works for you. Last couple rounds. Last one. Walk on back, facing the front of your mat, and step back into your high plank position. We'll take our side plank again. Right forearm comes down, spinning toward the left. Left arm opens to the sky. Lift your hips. Breathe, lengthen. Left arm overhead. And second side. Left forearm down, spin off to the right. Right arm lifts. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Couple breaths here. 1 more breath. And we'll come back to downward dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Come on back onto your butt. Find your boat pose. And then we'll take half boat. So extend the legs long. And you could reach your arms towards your feet or you could reach them toward the sky. Inhale, come back to boat. Exhale, half boat. however that looks for you. Inhale, boat, bend knees. Exhale, halfway. Last one, boat pose. Exhale, half boat. Come on back to center, cross your ankles, hands to the floor. Take a couple of those hops. See if you can lift your feet off the floor, put weight in hands. One more breath. Find your way back, downward dog, any way you want to get there. Then take a big sigh once you've arrived and shake out your head. And lift your left leg to the sky. And bend the knee and roll your hip open. And then we'll go ahead and step into warrior two. Oops, sorry, we're coming down on the right knee first. So facing forward again, sorry, right knee to the floor, right arm to the sky, hinge your hips down. Send your weight forward, open through the front of that right thigh. Right fingers high, breath in. And we twist, right elbow across left thigh. Hands come to namaste at the heart and spin. And breathe. And just work this any way that feels good for you. If you can't take your right elbow across the thigh, bring your hand to the floor. Modify. If you want, lift the back knee off the floor. Last couple breaths. In this deep twist, one more breath. Let's swing wide, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior, straightening your left leg. Hinge your hips over to the right and lengthen through the left side body, reaching long, 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 long. Rainbow that left hand down until it comes to a block or the shin or the floor, and open up the pose for yourself. Enjoy. Spread wide, spread open. One more breath. And we'll release. We're going to find our way back to downward facing dog. And just walk it out. And here's when we're going to come into our half frog. So what you're going to do is you're going to step your right, see if you can see this, make sure you can see this, your right foot forward, and you're going to come down on your inner right seam of the leg. I don't know if you can see that. So your back leg is back behind you, and you're on the inner thigh of your right leg. And then you're going to walk your right ankle in line with that right knee. And come on down onto your forearms. And with your forearms, send your chest and torso back. And flex your right foot. Your right ankle is flexed. So your heel, your right heel, and your right knee are in line. And your right knee is about in line with your right hip. It's just a great inner hip opener. And you can play with this. You can sort of just sway your body a little bit. Back leg is reaching back behind you straight as can be. Where do you feel the juice? You stay with this. This is a holding pose. You might just drop all the way down onto your forehead, onto the floor. And just breathe into that inner groin. If you like, you can walk your torso over toward the left, reaching your right arm out. Stay with it for a few more breaths. Come back to center and straighten the right leg back behind you. Whoops, there goes my water. And we'll take it to the second side. So draw your left knee in towards your chest and keep your right leg extended back behind you. So left knee comes in, right leg extends back. And your left foot's going to be flexed. And your left heel is in line with your left knee, and your left knee is in line with your left thigh. And you're on your forearms. And your right leg is extended back behind you. And just kind of move with this. You'll feel some opening for the inner groin. And the closer you draw your knee up towards your ears, the more intense you'll get the stretch on the inner thigh. You could drop all the way down onto your forehead. So feel into this for you. And just breathe and pause. This is a great opener for the root chakra, for the deep pelvis, for the hip, inner groin. So lots of holding can happen there for various reasons. Ask yourself what you're holding on to there. And if you like, you can walk your arms over to the right. Just take a few breaths. And walk back to center. And gently come out of this. We're going to find our way to sitting. And just continue with a little bit of inner groin opening by bringing the soles of the feet together. And make sure you walk your booty out of your way so you're on your sitting bones of the pelvis. And take your hands around your ankles and just lift up through your chest. And see if you can feel some clarity through these inner groins that we just worked. So just send some breaths into those inner groins, into your pelvis, into your sex organ. And bring your elbows to your inner thighs and lean forward a little bit. Maybe on inner shins, inner knees. And just lean into your benefit, to your degree. Opening the inner thighs. Reaching and lengthening out the spine. Breathing deep. See how long you can sustain your breath. And connect it to the opening. Reaching out through the spine, 2 more breaths. Maybe tuck the chin and bow the head for the last couple breaths. Rounding out the spine a little bit. 1 more breath. Feel the fullness of the pose. And rise, rise, rise. Just take your hands to your feet and give them a little moment of love and attention. And walk the touch up the inner seams of the legs. And then hands come to knees and draw those knees into the chest. And we'll lie back onto our backs and just hug in for a moment. And circle out those knees. You might feel a little transformed. So just take your time to integrate it a little bit. We'll take 1 more round of core. So we'll take the bicycles so that the knees are into the chest, hands come to the back of the head, and we're going to bring opposite elbow to opposite knee and extend the opposite one out. So right elbow, left knee, right leg extends. And left elbow, right knee, left leg extends. Breath in, exhale, switch. And in, and switch. And let's take it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug in, elbows to knees, knees to elbows, chin tucked, round, breathe. 5. Feet together, knees to elbows, elbows to knees. 3 breaths. Squeezing in, dropping the belly down toward the floor. 2 breaths. 1 more breath. And splat out. And take your hands to that belly again and rub it. Rub it, rub it, rub it. And then go ahead and bring your feet to the floor. And take your left leg over your right. So both knees are bent. It's like you're crossing your legs. And then swing the knees over to the right. Left knee's on top. Right hand can come on top of left outer thigh. Left arm extends wide and open, and just breathe into this. Now breathing into the outer seam of the hips. Slow down your breath. And just like a full tire that is losing its air, just on the exhale, let everything kind of soften and release and let go. And fill back up on the inhale. And empty back out on the exhale. Are there any parts of you that still need some dusting off or some shining? Just send your attention to a place that might need your attention right now. You've got the time and space to feel into it. One more breath in this shape. Empty it all out. Come back through center, nice and easy. And just windshield wiper your legs easy side to side. And take your right leg over on top of the left. And we'll twist it off to the other side. So knees go to left, right arm extends in opposition. And breathe. Squeezing belly in on exhale. Emptying out, just releasing the pressure on the exhale. And on inhale, you pump it up and open and expand. And on exhale, you empty. Take a few more breaths. Biggest, fullest breaths yet. Last 2 breaths. And come back to center. And just one last pose before we close. We'll come into a back bend. So we'll come into a bridge pose. But before we do that, just cats and cows on your back. So arch your spine on inhale. And then round it in on exhale. And inhale, open the belly, drop the pubic bone down toward the floor in front of you. Exhale, squeeze in, round in, pubic bone toward nose. One more, arch the back, inhale. And this time, on exhale, squeeze in and lift your hips off the floor and come into your bridge pose. Lift your hips high as you can. If you like, interlace your hands underneath your back. Open through the fronts of the hips and the belly and the chest. Draw your shoulders down your back. Maybe your hands are interlaced, maybe they're not. Breathe into your whole front body. Use the strength of your legs to lift your hips and chest a little bit higher. Really roll your shoulders underneath you to open the heart. 2 more breaths. You've got this. Last breath, feel the fullness of the moment. And settle back down to the floor. And any last minute pose you need before you come into Shavasana. I'm hugging my knees into my chest. And when you're ready, find your way to Shavasana, lengthening your legs out. If you like, you could put a rolled up towel or blocks under your knees. You could place something over your eyes. Let your arms rest by your sides. And let go, let go, let go. Let go of it all. Feel into a nice, clean body, as if you've just cleaned your house, vacuumed all the floors and dusted everything off. Created some more space for that which will serve you. Resting. Receiving the benefits of your practice. recovering. Dropping away any tension. And take a big breath in. And a long breath out. My work is loving the world. Here the sunflowers, there the hummingbird, equal seekers of sweetness. Here the quickening yeast, there blue plums. Here the clam deep in the speckled sand. Are my boots old? Is my coat torn? Am I no longer young and still not half perfect? Let me keep my mind on what matters, which is my work, which is mostly standing still and learning to be astonished. The phoebe, the delphinium, the sheep in the pasture, and the pasture, which is mostly rejoicing, since all the ingredients are here, which is gratitude, to be given a mind and a heart and these body clothes, a mouth with which to give shouts of joy to the moth and the wren, to the sleepy dug up clam. Tell them all over and over how it is that we live forever. It's a poem called Messenger by Mary Oliver. So breathe into any of the words that inspired inhaling. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhaling full, deep, and slow. And exhale, let go. Give a little wiggle to the fingers and toes and let your head roll gently side to side. Waking up, waking your body up. Any stretches or movements that feel good for you as you work your way to rolling onto your side and pausing on your side. And take a moment on your side to curl up into a little ball of you. And give yourself a hug, a loving hug. And give yourself a pat on the back for anything that's happened lately that you feel like you need a little extra acknowledgement. Whether you're getting it from others, give it to yourself. And drop your forehead down to the floor. And when you're ready, rise up to seated. Find your seat. And just settle yourself in back to center. Can you feel your openness? A clean, straight line through your body. Go ahead and draw your hands now to your heart. And just gather in right there. Send yourself deep loving kindness and send that which you're sending to yourself out to all of those who need a little extra support and care right now. We'll close with a single Om, inhaling. Hands rise up to third eye center between the brows, touching in to your deep, most divine self. And connect with the divinity of others, whoever you meet today. There may not be that many people, so really recognize their perfection, their divinity. Take time to do that. I bow to you all and your divinity. Thank you so much. Namaste.